Hi. In this video we're going to go over the creation of an event. When you create an event, not only will it appear in your departmental calendar if you have one set up, but it will also automatically appear on the campus calendar, and all events in the campus calendar get posted elsewhere throughout the site, our own website, as well as going out into some of the social networks, including currently Twitter and Facebook. For the advantages of using the campus calendar, there's another video on that. In this one, we're going to go over the process of actually creating an event. The screen you see now is as if I just logged into the CMS. There's two ways to create an event. One is through the new menu. That's the quickest. Let's go ahead and do that. During that process, it'll show you where the actual event is stored. It's not in your website directory, but it's in the marketing folder. That's why we see marketing here. But let's go ahead and create an event. I'm logged in as if I am in the student government group. And so I'm going to go over to UAS, support, student government, page event. And the result is a short form. Under the create tab, the two sub-tabs that we're going to be filling out are content and system. But first, for the content, most important, under campus, this is a Juneau specific event, and the event we're going to be doing here is the student club fair. And the publishers, this selection here, if it was going to happen at the Egan Library, I'm going to select Egan Library, and that way in their listing of events that are happening at the Egan Library, this event would also be included in that calendar. In this case, we're not going to do that, but Student Activities has the same sort of setup. They don't have their own calendar, but any event that is considered a student activity or sponsored by Student Activities or that should appear on the Student Activities calendar, then you'd want to select Student Activities. The first item here, the event name, which is required, denoted by the yellow asterisk, is Student Club Fair. Description, in this case I'm going to make it really short. Location, in this case, is the Morant Cafeteria. Cost is free. And you'll notice some of these things on these forms, if you use the new method, are already pre-configured for your event calendar, so you don't have to retype these things, such as the sponsor. Now if there's an additional sponsor, whatever it might happen to be, you go ahead and fill this out. I'm going to just leave this as student government. Phone, email, you shouldn't have to change any of these, but if you do, feel free to edit. And then as far as the image, this particular image is stored within the support folder for student government, or support folder student government in their images folder. And this is sort of the default. It always shows the same kind of thumbnail that's depicted on their website as well. And this drop down is for rec center only, so you don't need to fill that out. Now for the date, this is a one-time event, and it's occurring on September 10th. So we'll go ahead and do that, which is a Thursday. We fill this out for Thursday. The start time of this event is at 11 a.m. and goes till 1 p.m. Now, a quick note on these little plus buttons. If I had a reoccurring event and it always occurred on Thursdays at 11, I could simply hit this plus button and I'm going to get another date field. Or if the information above stays the same, but let's say it shifts days of the week or it's a different time, then if you hit this plus button, you have the opportunity to reset all of those, and you'll get a listing of student club fair. Say it's the next day on Friday, and we'd select 9/11, we'll put Friday, and maybe there's another one at 2 p.m. So that's how you'd use the plus markers. for repeat events. And then over the next one we want to do, metadata is not so important in this case. But under system, we need to give it a web-friendly URL. And there's some on the help site. In the navigation, you'll find some help with that. In short, it needs to be preferably one word, or if you need to use multiple words, don't use a space, but use a hyphen or a underscore to separate those, and no special characters, at or $sign or anything like that. So in this case, we're just going to call it club-fair 09, and that way when we save this and if we need to go back in and re-edit it, we'll be able to find it, because by default it would give it Club 1, Club 2, Club 3, and then you'd have to open up all those files to be able to edit it. Now we're going to hit submit, and when we do, you can see that it's going to place it automatically in the marketing folder, calendar, events, active, student gov. And when we do that, it's going to jump to that folder where you've just saved it, and then it gives you a preview of what the pop-up will look like. Now we're not done yet. The next step is to publish it. So if we go over to the Publish tab, for the sake of speed, I'm going to deselect Sandbox. I just want it to go live, and I'm going to publish it and hit submit. Now I want to show you here with when you do hit submit, if you go to Publisher Active Jobs, you can view that published job, and here it's done. It's a pretty small file. If we go back to the dashboard and look at our messages, we can see if there were any issues with that publish. In this case, it just sent it to the live site. There were no issues with it. And so if we go to the various calendars and look at the 10th, where we've got Student Club Fair, in this case I changed the file name. This sort of emphasizes that when you publish the actual event, which is the form, there are references to that event throughout the website. In this case, it's the campus calendar. Here we have your own, in this case, student government event calendar. And then we have various views of the calendar. This one happens to be the student homepage calendar for Juno events. Each campus having its own. But when you publish, after you've published your event form, these various calendars need to be published as well. You have direct access into your own calendar, so feel free to publish that immediately. The other ones happen on a schedule, and that's nightly, right around midnight or so. So the next day you should see your event listed in the various calendars. If you had check marked the selection for Evening at Egan, then you should see on the Evening at Egan website, let's go ahead and go there real quick, events at the library. In this case we didn't check it, and this page hasn't published, but one that does appear there, here this is an event that they themselves are sponsoring, but if you checked that it was occurring at the Egan Library, then it should be, the next day should be included down here. If you're finding that these calendars aren't showing, or your event aren't showing up on these calendars automatically, just let us know. We just need to add it to the list of web pages that publish automatically every evening. I hope that's helped. Thanks for listening.